Hello, everyone. It's the 15th of December 2016, and it was a pretty busy day, and I was actually a little bit perplexed because I did not know what to talk about today because so many things are happening and I'm so quite busy. And then so I asked my boyfriend what I should talk about, and he said that I should talk about him. And he also mentioned that maybe 5 minutes on it, not enough to explain all his virtues and what a wonderful guy he is. He's a wonderful guy. But this really is not what I want to talk about in this context, but rather that, this was very interesting that at the time when we met first, which was 6 months ago, we did not talk about HIV. Well, everybody knows about me and everybody knows about my HIV status. I don't make a secret out of it. And it was also public on gay dating sites. While I have not been on the gay dating sites for quite some months now because I don't find them interesting anymore. I'm also happily partnered. But anyway, so we never spoke about his HIV status until one day when he said on the phone that he was also HIV positive, but, and this is the interesting part, he got his diagnosis 2 years ago and he never went back to the doctor. So he got the diagnosis and then 2 years passed by and he didn't go to the doctor. And you know why? Because he was afraid of going to the doctor. And this happens to many people living with HIV, that they are too fearful to go to the doctor and seek treatment. Or even get tested. So getting tested is already a huge achievement. So what happened was he said that because HIV is so stigmatized and stigmatizing, and because he was so afraid of losing his work, losing his job once anyone finds out about his HIV status, and because he also went through some really weird experience with a counselor who told him that his life would be over with HIV and even threatened him that he would lose his buttocks, he would lose his muscles, and that this would be a disaster. But I will talk about this counselor a different time, if at all. I don't know why I should talk about him anyway. So he was fearful. He felt threatened, and he was afraid, hugely afraid, of losing his work if anyone finds out about his status. So, for lack of any wiser solution, he just didn't go back to the doctor. So he was in denial, which happens to many people living with HIV. And it's really bad because your health deteriorates, you keep losing your CD4s, you keep losing your immune system, or it's increasingly compromised. And also there's this persistent um, inflammation in your body, which is harmful. But also there's this persistent anxiety in your mind, which is equally harmful. So this is also why it is so essential to speak about stigma and discrimination and the normalization of HIV, so that we don't treat this as something odd, but we rather treat this as another disease, which, yes, is infectious, but if you are on treatment, then you don't infect, and also you can preserve your health. So this is something that always comes back to me, that even a white middle class educated young man with an HIV diagnosis will choose not to go to the doctor because it's so traumatizing to become part of this whole HIV thing, if you like. So yeah, this is quite thought-provoking, I think, an interesting feature. See you tomorrow. Stay safe.